Kunwari po kaanib kayo sa isang relihiyon, kunwari po, Katoliko, gumagawa kayo ng mabuti, counted po ba yun na gumagawa, kinikilala po ba yun ng Panginoon na gumagawa kayo
Kung
ng
ikaw ay Katoliko, sabi mo, gumagawa ka ng mabuti. Halimbawa, sumasamba ka kay Santa Maria.
Hindi naman.
Lumuluhod ka sa mga ribulto.
Opo.
Hindi mabuti yun, masama sa Diyos yun. Suklam sa Diyos yun, kapatid. Kaya hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na kung ikaw ay Katoliko, gumagawa ka ng mabuti.
Hindi po ganun ang point ko. Bali po kunwari po yung kaanib pa kayo sa ibang relihiyon, pero hindi nyo sinusunod yung mga nakikita nyo mali sa kanila.
O, ba't di ka umaalis? Ay, mali pala. Ang utos kasi umalis ka sa mali eh.
Patapusin nyo po.
Tandaan mo kapatid, ang utos na Diyos, pag may nakita kang mali, umalis ka. Ay, pakinggan mo ha, sa isang talata ng Roma, sa 16, ganito ang ating mababasa sa versikulo 17.
Ngayon ipinamamani ko sa inyo, mga kapatid, na tandaan ninyo, yaong mga pinanggagalingan ng pagkakabahabahagi at ng mga kapikisuran laban sa mga aral na inyong nangapag-aralan at kayo'y magsilayo sa kanila.
Paglaban sa aral ng Diyos, ang nakikita mo sa kanila, lumayo ka sa kanila, ang sabi ng ating Panginoon.
In this video, P.L. Soriano proves himself that he is not really sent by God, contrary to his claim that he was sent by God. The man asking, as saying, for example, if you belong to such religion, for example, Catholic, and you are doing such good things, is it counted? But E.L. Soriano interrupted the questioning. He says, is it counted if you are worshipping Mary? There is no doctrine in Roman Catholic Church to worship Mary as a god. If this man and his relatives, when they are Catholics, before worshiping Mary, then they just misinterpreted the revering to Mary, and bowing or kneeling down is not only meant for worshiping. Even in Bible this was cited, as there is follower of God who kneels in front of God's anointed, not because he is worshiping that anointed, but in the reason the Holy Spirit is with that man, and there are servant of God who kneels to other, and the people kneels in front of the gate of the Rephitis, but never got to turn to these, as though he always talked to these peoples at that time. E.L. Soriano interrupting the questioning of man, and that it will never be divulged, for he knows the man is pointing the question to him. For E.L. Soriano knows he has many erroneous teachings, and they wears a clothing of women while they are preaching, and E.L. Soriano didn't ref the accusation of Leoncien to him that he is using a man, as not to lie with a man like a man lie with a woman. The answer to the man's question is it is God's and Lord Jesus' judgment, for as was written, doing good but committing sin all righteousness comes to nothing, as this means basing from such aspects, for as was written also no sin is unforgivable except blasphemy to the Holy Spirit, but the words no sin is unforgivable doesn't mean similar crimes being committed by peoples all will be forgiven. That words just means any kind of sin is forgivable. But it will depend into such cases. But I will tell you, just always do good even though you committed or committing sin, for the very point of view was God knows also the heart, besides of this he knows the mind and spirit, but not defiantly the soul, as it is the soul who was prompting the spirit or the mind what to do, as unless the soul as in a sense what to be prompted to the spirit or the mind, it is only the time that the God will knows the soul. That is why God's generally judged by heart, and that is why generally God doesn't judge the human while he is alive, for generally the soul is not finally hits at the heart of anyone. But in such cases God never gamble with soul. Do you know what I mean? Even Jesus or the Christ or the Spirit or the God doesn't know yet at what is the start of the day of Judgment Day, until the soul of the Spirit, God, prompted the mind, God, what to do. This is the fact. Even anyone is perfectly doing good, but not in the glory of God. All is good he is doing is for nothing, even though it help all peoples, because all the honor being given to you by all peoples is also for nothing, for the fact also you are not the one who helped them, but it is by the creation of God and by God's permission.